Good morning. Today we're going to be talking about a new mathematical concept entitled allegations. Allegations are normally used in the compounding sector of pharmacy. However, you will see problems like this in your national certification exam, so that's why it's important for us to understand and master this technique. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take some hand notes, and then we'll get into the actual mathematical calculations. Please stop me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns at any time. Okay? So, allegations, again, is a method that is used when you have two products with two different percent strengths of the same active ingredient. Okay? So, two products, 2% strengths of the same active ingredient. Okay? So things like ointments, creams, pastes, they're going to be measured in grams. So anything that's solid is going to be measured in grams. And anything that is liquid, such as syrups, solutions, elixirs, and even lotions, are going to be measured and expressed in milliliters. So those are liquids. So our solids we're going to express in grams. Our liquids we're going to express in milliliters. Okay? All right. Now, the fun thing about allegations is there's a nice method that goes along with solving them. So let's look at an example. Okay? So we have a prescription. And let's please make sure that our cell phones are turned off. Okay? All right. So we have a prescription, 240 milliliters of an 88% isopropyl rubbing alcohol solution. All right. So let's go to our shelf. We don't have an 88%, but we have a 91% and we have a 70%. Okay? The thing for allegations to work is that numerically, what the doctor has prescribed must fall in between the two products that you have on the shelf. So it must fall numerically in between the two products that you have in stock or on the shelf in the pharmacy. So in this case, 88 does fall in between 91 and 70. So we're good. We can move on to the math. So the first thing we do when solving allegations, we draw this. Who knows what this is? Exactly, tic-tac-toe. Now, professionally, we call this an allegation grid, but yes, I call it tic-tac-toe, and we call it in the field tic-tac-toe as well. So we use this to help us solve using the mathematical concept allegation. Right? So what we're going to do in this top left corner, we're going to put the highest or biggest percent strength concentration of what you have in stock. So let's go back to what we have. We have a 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol solution, and we have a 70% isopropyl alcohol rubbing solution. Let's please make sure that our phones are turned off. All right, now that we have our phones turned off, thank you. Now, back to what I was saying. So in the top left corner, we're going to use the highest number or the biggest number based on the two products that we have on the shelf. Okay, so of course in this case it would be the 91. So we would put 91. You don't have to worry about the percent sign. Okay, in this bottom left-hand corner, we'll put the smallest or lowest percent concentration out of your two products, which in this case would be 70. Okay? What we're going to put in the middle is the percent strength that the doctor has prescribed, which is what? The 88. Very good. Okay? The percent strength, not the quantity. Okay? So, top left, the largest percent solution of what you have in stock. The bottom left, the lower or smallest percent solution of what you have in stock. And in the middle, the prescribed percent solution. Okay? Any questions thus far? Good. Next step, we're going to subtract diagonally. Okay? 91 minus 88 is 3. 70 minus 88, you put that in your calculator, you get this, negative 18, which is correct. However, with allegations, we only deal with positive numbers. So we will simply remove the negative sign. Okay? So again, subtracting diagonally. Now, these two numbers here represent parts. So basically what this means is that this 88% isopropyl rhobic alcohol solution will be 18 parts 91% isopropyl rhobic alcohol solution and 3 parts of the 70%. Okay? It's like when you're baking, okay? You want it to be 4 parts coconut, 5 parts vanilla. As you can see, I like to eat. Okay? So now, what we do with these parts is that we're going to add them up. 18 plus 3 gives us 21. And this gives us the total number of parts. Okay? So that means that this total is going to be 21 total parts to make the 88% isopropyl rhobic alcohol solution. Okay? Next to the last step, we're almost there. We're going to take the quantity that was prescribed and divide it by the total number of parts, which is what? Good, 21. And then we're going to multiply it by each part. Okay? So the total quantity prescribed divided by the total number of parts multiplied by each part. Okay? Don't worry about rounding until you get to the final answer. So how I want you to put it in your calculator is 240 divided by 21. Hit your equal sign, then hit your multiplication sign, and then put in 18. And then we will round to the 10th. So what do we get? Excellent. 205.7. 205.7 what? Grams or milliliters? No, not grams. Yes, milliliters. Why milliliters? Because this is a liquid. It is a solution. Good. Then we're going to do the same thing for the second one. 240 divided by 21 equal sign times 3 should give you, again, rounding to the 10th, that 1 decimal place, 34.3 milliliters. Okay? The way that you check yourself, if you add these two numbers together, you should get, which is the prescribed quantity. And basically that means that you are going to pour out 205.7 milliliters of the 91% and pour out 34.3 milliliters of the 70%. Put them together and you now have a 240 milliliters of an 88% isopropyl rubbing alcohol solution. And that is allegations. Any questions? Let's do some more practice.